Esther was a Jewish orphan who was raised by her cousin Mordecai in the city of Susa within the Persian Empire. King Xerxes, also known as King Ahasuerus, was ruling over the empire at that time. The king held a grand banquet to display his wealth and power, during which he called for his queen Vashti to come and display her beauty before his guests. Vashti refused, and as a result, she was deposed as queen. Following this, the king sought a new queen. Beautiful young women from throughout the empire were gathered and brought to the palace for a year of preparation before they would be presented to the king. Among these women was Esther, who found favor in the eyes of the king and was ultimately chosen as queen, although she kept her Jewish heritage a secret at Mordecai's advice. Meanwhile, Mordecai uncovered a plot to assassinate the king, which he disclosed to Esther, who then informed the king, giving credit to Mordecai. This act of loyalty was recorded in the royal annals. The main conflict of the story arises when the king's chief minister, Haman, develops a personal vendetta against Mordecai because he refuses to bow down to him. Haman convinces the king to issue a decree to annihilate all the Jews in the empire. Learning of this, Mordecai urges Esther to use her position as queen to intercede with the king on behalf of her people, despite the risk to her own life. Esther bravely approaches the king, risking her life by entering his presence without being summoned, which was punishable by death. The king receives her favorably, and she invites him and Haman to a banquet. At the banquet, Esther reveals her Jewish heritage and pleads for her people's lives. The king is outraged when he learns of the plot to destroy the Jews and orders Haman to be executed instead. Esther then intercedes once more, asking the king to issue a decree allowing the Jews to defend themselves against their enemies. The Jews successfully defend themselves against those who sought to destroy them, and the holiday of Purim is instituted to commemorate their deliverance.